Hi everyone, welcome to JoeGa Joy Fitness with me, Jo, and to today's Kundalini class. I hope you do enjoy it, and if you do, please like, share, subscribe, and then hit that bell, let me know you've been coming through. And as always, if you have anything that you want to say to me, please make a suggestion or a comment in the comments below. Enjoy the class. Smiling up nice and tall and straight, and just thinking about that mantra that comes with Kundalini, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And then reminding ourselves that the mantra of movement is Sat Nam, meaning one God. That is us. We are the one God in our life. We are one of the gods in our life. We are an entity to be looked after and worshipped and thanked and all the rest of it. So whatever your beliefs around that system, Sat Nam. Remembering, of course, that you can use a different mantra. You might use healthy or happy or something entirely, I don't know, tacos, I don't know, whatever resonates with you, okay? Probably not helpful if we're all, trying to do January eat clean. But just thinking about something that we can work in breath, out breath. And as we pull up tall, and we're just going to start to move into spinal flex. So just rolling the spine forwards and backwards, rolling across the pelvis, just allowing ourselves, you can close your eyes and settle in and just let this roll through. Good. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put us on a full time for this. So just rolling it through, allowing ourselves. The beauty of Kundalini is this gorgeous serving of time for each exercise, if you want to call it exercise, shape or practice, however you want to describe it. We get this longevity to be able to close off the mind and open up the body. So just allowing yourself to enjoy that. Just before I kind of shut up a little bit, just to remind you, if I don't remember, to change the cross of the legs between each exercise. It's a really good idea to keep the hips balanced, to keep the hip joints, the hip sockets nice and healthy. So just rolling this through. And you can go quicker than me. Don't feel like my rhythm is your rhythm. You might be breathing a little bit quicker. You might want to move a little bit quicker. It might feel good for you to move differently to me. Just settle in with your mantra, your breath, and your movement. If you have speeded up, just slow it down a little bit again, just working through those movements. And then just coming to pause in the center, just sitting up nice and tall and straight, just lengthening through. Just allowing ourselves just to observe the body, feel that prana, feel the vibration. And then we are going to change the cross of the legs. I did remember, but can't always guarantee that I will. And we're going to take it into the Sufi grind. So starting off, as I usually do, with these mobilizing exercises. Just remembering that Kundalini is about awakening the energy that resides in Muladhara. So all associated along the spine. Great work. Really thinking about moving from the base and rolling it round. coming to that mantra, coming to that place within. Nice work. And I just want you to just pause and pull up here. And then as you exhale, we're going to unwind, going around the other way. So just Sufi grind in the opposite direction. And just a reminder that we usually lead by the left, the side of our heart. So if there is something that is sided, we usually begin with the left. So just a reminder of that as we're going through, in case, again, I forget sometimes. I get involved in what I'm doing and I'm not great at remembering all of the things in the right order, right timing. All right, again, your rhythm, just slow it down. Prepare the body for observation. Just come to a nice steady state. Come to stillness and just notice. Sometimes you can really feel the prana flowing through. So just reminding ourselves to just check out how we're feeling. We're going to roll over onto all fours. And so you can lead with the left leg or the left arm. It really is personal choice. So we're going to take it out and in. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see what's going on behind me. My leg is going out and my arm is going out. And I'm working across the body for better stability. Well done. Good. So push and pull. Now, if that becomes too much for you, and I know, knee injuries, spinal injuries, shoulder injuries, we have them all. So just seeing how it feels in your body and maybe making an adaptation. So maybe you do something smaller, or maybe you don't do it at all. Maybe you just do the leg, maybe you just do the arm. So just allow yourself to see what's right for you. Okay. Now what I would like you to do is to just take a mental note of which side you are using. So make a note of that, because we're not going to go straight to side 2. And just a quick modification, if you need to, you can come down onto forearm if you find that wrists, elbows, shoulders aren't loving it, okay? Because it's such a long period of time and because there's so many repetitions, you might find that things start to speak to you, maybe start to tell you they're feeling a little uncomfortable. You've still got a minute to go, so make modifications if you need to, and equally pause and stop if you need to. Okay, just take a pause here, just taking an observation. We are going to come to high kneeling, well, low kneeling like this, kneeling. for our in-betweeny exercise. So just an observation in this position if your knees allow it. And we're going to bring the hands together into prayer, Anjali Mudra, and we're going to take them and just squeeze the shoulder blades together. So notice how I'm staying really close to my rib cage. I'm just opening the hands and I'm just squeezing my upper back, opening heart. So this is slightly different to the one we do later on where we throw the arms. This one, nice and controlled. And again, your speed is up to you, okay? If you want to get a little bit of heat in the body, a little bit of stress, a little bit of challenge, you can go that little bit quicker. If you're looking for more openness and release, maybe a little bit more strength. And of course, kneeling, if it's not for you, come back to sitting on your bottom, maybe remember where your legs were. You can do this in a seated position. So the reason I've stayed up on my knees is because it links in to the exercise, the postures we were doing before and that we will be doing after. Now, I'm surprised myself because I am outside, but I've got very hot. Maybe it's the candle. So I will be just losing a layer in a moment. So I want you to continue, but I'm just going to adjust for comfort. I don't want to put it too far away in case I need it, but there we go. And again, just taking a moment to observe the body, just bring those hands into prayer, come to stillness. Just notice if you've got any of those little tingles, those little signs of energy flowing through the body. And then coming up onto all fours once more. We're going to take side two. So again, just a little sideways, out and in, out and in. So just see, and again making the modifications that you need to make for you. So maybe a smaller range of motion, maybe an alternative posture or an alternative exercise. If you can't kneel, of course, you can do this standing, you can do it lying on your back. So lots of variations. About a minute to go. So again, if you need to take a break, if you need to make adjustments, you know, these durations are quite long, they're quite intense. And I'm sure if I had sound, I would hear you all starting to moan and groan a little bit towards the end of the durations because they are strong and repetitive. That's the nature of this. That's great for building strength, endurance, tone, so many benefits. And of course that quiet mind that goes alongside of it all. Okay, last couple of reps here. All right, let it go. So just coming back to notice how you feel. That's good, huh? And just feeling alive, feeling that energy. And then we're going to take rock pose again. So we're going to stay kneeling and we're going to bring the hands up above and we're going to work through the core. So we're bringing the head and the body down and then we're lifting up. But what I want you to remember is not to push off the ground using your arms. Try and use, be careful of the back obviously, but try and use the core. So when you lift up, you're lifting from your center. Now, some of you might not reach the ground. I have brought along a couple of props. You've got a cushion, a blanket, you've got a block. If you want to bring the floor up to you, if you're not quite getting all the way down there, you can of course bring it up to you. So sitting side on, thank you, and coming down and coming back up. Well done. Got it? That's lovely. Well done. It's a bit cold on the tiles. I'm going back to this way if that's okay. Nice job. And really think as you lift up, you're lengthening rectus abdominis here, lengthening the abdominals, lengthening the digestive system, getting some compression through the back body, through things like liver and kidneys. So you're working into excretory systems there. You've also got your abdomen, the reproductive system. So you're getting beautiful internal massage as you do all of this, as you go through as well, just by the nature of these movements. One more please, sat down, and then just bring the energy down again. Just allow yourself to observe. Feel your heart rate, can you feel that? It's elevated, breathing rates lifted. It's really nice. Okay, get yourself comfortable. So, you know, you can sit on a block or a cushion or a blanket if you need to. Crossing the legs, so finding, if you can't remember which way they were, just go to your natural cross. And we're just going to take that bear grip. So left hand in front of the heart, right hand in front, and I'm going true to left and right. Roll the fingers in till you've got a really good grip and have it somewhere kind of at chin height, really good, nice. And pull, really pull, so you feel that. And then it's that elbow, one goes down, one goes up. Again, thinking about the waist, thinking about the obliques this time as well, side of the waist. And rolling that spine from side to side. So again, thinking about awakening that Kundalini. Always about that beautiful energy rising through the chakras, finding that spiritual enlightenment as it reaches Sasrara. And again, speed is entirely up to you. If you want to go a little bit quicker, what I don't want is you to fold the elbows down. You need to have this beautiful pull, always pulling, pulling, pulling. And keep the arms in a nice straight line. And then elbow to knee. And again, if you can't quite reach, it's absolutely fine. Just making sure you're taking a little bit of a dip from side to side. Think about your mantra. Think about your breath and your body. These beautiful movements. And you too might have those physiological responses, you know, the raised heart rate, the raised breathing rate. You might be feeling warmer. You might be feeling sweaty. Lots of different things going on. So, you know, your body is just this magical, mechanical machination of all different kinds of things, and they're all working. It's just a great way to observe that. All right, one more each side, and then just pull and observe. And again, that breathing rate, that heart rate, that energy, that warmth. And then releasing that off. Well done. We're going to stretch the legs out. So again, maybe just taking a note of which leg was in front for when we next do fold. But we're going to keep the legs open a little bit now. Please forgive my footwear. Just, you know, it's a bit chilly on these tiles, so I've got double socks. And lift up and reach down. And those of you that know me, you know I don't even like one sock, so 2 socks is unheard of for me. But I don't have any slippers, so maybe I need to get some. Again, Sat Nam. Oh dear. Or whatever your mantra is. I don't know if you guys saw that. I just got dive bombed by a moth. There's always something trailing around. There was an enormous ant last time. The dog comes out, you know, there's all sorts. We share our space with all of nature. It's fine. Again, think about that tummy. Think about the back of the body, the shoulders, the chest, upper back, the lower back. All of this, really good. I am touching my toes. Remember, that's not essential. Just reaching out to your length. My arms are longer than my legs, so touching toes is easy, but if it's not, just think about that compression in the belly. Again, that massage of everything inside. Okay, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take a 3 count hold. Hold, 2, 3, lift. And again, you're just holding wherever you can reach to. It's not seconds, and it's not to feet necessarily. It's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're getting a little bit of stretch now. And then just hold for 7. And release for 7. And one more time, hold for 7. And release for 7. Nice work, good. So again, folding the legs or kneeling, we're going to bring the hands back into prayer in the heart center. Just make sure that you've got room around you, that you're not going to knock your finest china or anything that's kind of within reach. And this time we throw the arms long, but we're not out of control. I don't want you to be jarring through the joints. It's still in control, but it's this big, strong movement. And again, shoulder issues, you might need to take it down a little bit, so it's more of like a bicep curl coming from the elbow than the kind of chest area here. So make modifications, okay? And just make sure, in control, and you're not going to smack into anything, you know, hurt your hand or break something. Or someone. And again, close your eyes, come to mantra, come to breath and breathing. Feel how it feels on your body to do this. Kind of throwing that energy out. Imagine you're scooping it up at the heart and just putting all that love and care and happiness and health out into the world. Scoop it out, throw it out. And then as you're bringing your hands back in, imagine that you're dragging them through those vibrations from others and bringing all of that same into you. So what we put out into the world, we get back, you know, bring it in. Beautiful repetition. All right, slow it down if you have speeded up. You know, when we get into that rhythm, you start to, and then just bring it together again. Just notice, this one is a huge one. I can feel the pulse, you know, that prana racing through my fingers and down my arms. The breath touching my fingertips. Nice work. Okay. We're going to take a lie down. So again, just remember where your legs were. I'm going to go a little bit side on to show you. It's just a glute bridge. It's just a squeeze and a release. Okay, squeeze and release. So lifting the butt and squeezing in and lengthening through the abdomen. And then I'm just going to, come back around to this position just on my mat, just because the floor's cold. And just lift and release. And again, just close your eyes. I've got the chimes here, so I can just settle into the exercise and not have to worry about whether or not I've got to keep checking the time, checking how many seconds we've got left. I can just surrender to the beauty of the movement and just let it go. So you might have to adjust your foot placement depending on how your knees feel. So you might have them close to each other, you might have them wider apart, you might have them close to your bottom, you might have them further down the mat. It really is where they feel good for you. And we're not going up onto the neck, we're not even really going up too far onto the rib cage, we're just lifting the bum, the glutes, squeezing up and lengthening through the front of the body. So, not too high. Don't have your head on something for this, because that will compress the neck and the throat, the front of the throat. We want to be able to still get breath. So, just being aware that you do want to have your head on the ground, the same as the shoulders and the rib cage, so they're all in a nice line. We don't want to be cutting off blood supply or air supply to the brain or from the brain. All right, just pause and hold just a moment. Noticing how we are. Slowly make your way back up and around carefully into sitting. So cross the legs again, if you can remember, into your next cross. And we're going to take the hands and we're going to place them on the shoulders if this feels comfortable for you, okay? If not, you can hold them kind of on the waist. We're going to turn the shoulders and we're bringing the elbow kind of forward. So I'm not keeping them in a straight line and just using my waist here. I am actually bringing it round in front of me as well. And keeping this body moving. So thinking about that spine, rotation, across the coccyx. Again, if you need a little bit of padding, I think with the bottom the size of mine I'd have enough, but just a little bit extra is always nice. And then we're going to take the hands up, try and have the elbows in line with the shoulders and the hands over the elbows. So kind of not in like this, not out like this, in nice big right angles. Now again, shoulder issues, you might need to drop those elbows down. It might be a bit much to have them too high up, but just wherever you can. Twisting at the waist and twisting the shoulders as well. So it does originate from the waist, not just the shoulders, but we just get that little extra bit moving those shoulders. And then just start to straighten the arms a little bit higher. You know, maybe go a little bit faster. Think about moving. Keep that heat in the body. Keep going, keep going. Nice one. So I'm trying to alternate that we do kind of an arm exercise and then we do a leg exercise so that we do get a little bit of a rest on the body parts. Just come back a little bit to bent elbows. Keep moving, keep moving. Well done. So in other classes I might just do something where we do maybe half or lower body. Bring the hands back onto the shoulders. We could do like an overload. That would be good. Do 30 minutes of upper body, then 30 minutes of lower body. That would be maybe when we've not had a few weeks off. All right, let's go slower. And just pause and let that go. Ooh. Nice. All right, we're going to take the legs out. We're going to go a little bit wider. Okay, you can go as wide as you feel comfortable with, okay? Again, it's a bit cold on the floor, so I'm not going to go too wide to start with. And we're going to pick a side, so I'm going to go left, even though to you that probably looks like right because I'm mirroring and it's not the way it should be, but we're going to go and we're going to do like we did before. So if you go a little bit wider, your rotation is going to be that much deeper, okay? So, again, thinking about that twist of the spine, twist through the waist, twist through the shoulders, all these bits that come off the vertebra. And I did say, you know, that we're kind of alternating arms and legs. And with lifting the arms overhead here, doesn't really feel like the arms are getting too much of a rest, but it is more a waist and a leg exercise. We're going to slow it down now. We're going to go to our threes. So hopefully the shoulders get a little bit of a break. And again, remember, you don't have to lift them all the way up. You can just have them pull them in and pull them out. Excellent. All right, well done. Now we're going to just take it to sevens for the last minute, so you get a bit of a stretch. And up. Lovely. All right, let's finish off with one more, please. All right, lovely. And we're just going to hold and just notice. And then we're just going to take it straight over to the other side, okay? Because the exercise that I want to do next means turning over, and it is really strong through the arms. So we will give them that little bit of extra rest. I promise you this is a little bit of a rest, even though you may question it. All right, let's take it down to 3. And then to those last minute of 7s, so nice stretch. Okay. All right, last one. Lovely. We're going to come over onto all 4s. Hopefully we get back. What I want you to do is I want you to kind of kick up into your down dog and lift up and then kind of out to plank if you can, okay? And lowering back down to either knees, or you can roll it out into plank depending on the wrists and elbows. You can. The option here, if you don't like that, is cat and cow, okay? So just, yeah, it's a more favoured option, but especially for these durations, but there is the plank, or there is down to kneeling and back up into down dog. So there's 3 levels of this. Well, there's 4, because you don't have to do it at all, of course. You can opt to not. Okay. So just keep it going to your level. Cat cow, dog to kneeling, or dog to plank. Sorry for the heavy breathing. It's quite a strong one, this. So, puffing and panting. All right. Last one. Well done. And just take a moment to observe the body. It's a strong one on the body, so lots of observation. Maybe just give the wrists a little bit of a relax. Now, it's the only standing exercise. This is a whole seated class, but we are going to come up just for this one. Feet shoulder width, maybe a little bit more apart, and you're going to come down and come up. Again, side on view. It's like a deep squat. It's called moving crow. The options are to have the arms out continually. This makes it a lot more tricky, and when you've just done all those down dogs to planks, their arms can feel quite tired. So you can just bring the arms out of it altogether, hands on hips or just down beside, or you can have them moving with you, okay? But I promise this is the only standing exercise tonight, just to ease us back in. Try and make sure your bum is sitting down and your back is lifted, your chest is lifted, your heart and your shoulders are high, and it comes from the knees, and only go as deep as you feel comfortable, okay? So your knees will let you know. Oh. Again, heavy breathing. I'd like you to know that I'm still there. I've not left you. Alright, last few now. Sat Nam. Concentrate on that body. Last one. Well done. Just observe. Pop your hands into your heart. Can you feel your heart beating? Mine is banging on my chest. Oh, so good. We're going to come down to lying. We're going to do cobra to up dog. Modified up dog. So legs apart, pelvis pushed into the ground. You're going to lift up and then lower down, okay? So again, just a little side view for you guys. Push up and down. So you can see the curve of my back. I am bringing my chest off the ground, but I'm not lifting my pelvis up. So it's not like a traditional up dog where you're balancing on the tops of your feet. You're coming into this more modified version, a bit like seal. And again, speed, propulsion determined by you at this stage in the class and this stage in the day. Starting to flag a little. So listening to your own body's rhythm. Up and down. You know that minute when you think, or that moment when you think, oh, gotta be almost done. And you just crack the eyelids a little bit and you get a little sight of the timer and you're only halfway through and you're like, what? Oh. You feel like something's gone wrong. Time has slowed down. Okay, I do invite you to come back into child's pose now. Just take a little breath here. Again, notice how your body is just stretching off this lower back area that's been under tension. And we are going to make our way over onto our back. Again, I'm just going to skew it a little bit so you can see. I want one leg, we'll come with both legs bent to begin with, and then straighten one out. Draw the navel in towards the spine, and we're going to lift, and then you're going to lower but not put it down. So it comes back towards the ground, but don't put it down. Okay, you might feel your heel like banging off the ground, little taps, but we're not relaxing the whole weight of the leg down. So just up and down. Okay, 2 more on this side, and then if you can bend this leg, switch sides. I'm going to just come back around onto the mat, so it's, say, come off those cold tiles. And into the other side. Oh my goodness. Okay, last couple, and then just pop your feet on the floor, notice how the body's feeling, maybe just rock those knees side to side, little windscreen wipers. Alright, we're going to come up to sitting. We're going to take the arms out in front, shoulder height, and we're going to beat them up and down. So again, if you need to do it here, if your shoulders don't like this position, if you can take it really big, if you can take it really quick, you know, you can manipulate it to your own specification. I'm just gonna sit up on my blanket and close your eyes. This is our last exercise. Hurrah! So just kind of give in that nice shake out. And you might notice there's a little turn in the spine as you do this. As the arms go up and down, the shoulders go forwards and backwards. If not, put it in. You know, think about waking the Kundalini. we're going to start to slow it down. If you have speeded up. And we're going to start to make it smaller. And then we're going to bring those hands back together. And just close your eyes and just feel that vibration. See if you can find it. The breath, the heart, prana, all pulsing through us. And then I do invite you, if you would like to, for just 60 seconds, come down to lying. If you're happy sitting and you want to stay here, maybe just change those legs. Close the eyes, hands into Gaya Mudra, into Anjali, or a mudra that you prefer, Yoni Mudra, different mudras, Bu Mudra, whatever you like to do with your hands. And close your eyes and just have a moment of acceptance for this time and energy together. Into prayer and bow down. Namaste. See you next time.